Ve aleyküm selam. Doktor Şehide, hocam nasılsın?
And who is this? Keteo Karata University, Sinan? Oh, it's not
No,
Sinan.
Katio Karata University is our university account. And Dr. Kamola and Brother Sinan is here with us now. Can we see your camera?
So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam. Dr. Kamola. Dr. Shehida is now participating again. I think she has no problem with his connection. We are waiting.
Okay. Meanwhile, we are waiting. I think, congratulations, first of all, Dr. Hussein. It's very
Wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
I have
Assalamu rahmatullah.
You are now back at home because our office today we don't have air condition in our office, so everybody has to go back home. My lunch hour.
I think the weather is very hot there. So
Yeah, so hot now. The weather forecast said Kelantan area it reached around 40 degree. 40 degree, you know. Kelantan. But in our place it's so hot now. Kamula Hojam, you can imagine how hot is that hot?
Yeah.
in Ramadan it's very hot. It's something difficult, I think.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Inshallah. Ecrun kebir inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Change the background now. That one I think is better.
Okay, it's better, and we are very glad to see you again, Dr. Shehide.
Yeah.
We have started this initiative. We are making an international talks regarding Islamic finance, and this is our third talk. It's very important for us.
Yeah. I saw the apps from Kamala Hojam. Okay, this is the third one, right? Very good initiative because you continue using the CarSafe trademark, right? Okay.
Yes, also we are making a live broadcast on YouTube, and after that we are recording that. We are taking to our students and the other participants. They can watch it again. It's a great opportunity for us, for our students, for the professionals of Islamic finance.
Yeah. So good.
Our first topic was about digitalization in finance with Professor Trola Genç. I was moderating that, and the second one is about the WACF, IOP WACF standard, Dr. Kamola moderating that, and this is our third one, and we are very excited and happy because we have a friend, Dr. Shehide, because we have good monuments together. We have 5 months together in Karata University. It was very nice. And today's topic is also very important because we are trying to discuss about product development, Sharia compliant product development. And when we look, Islamic finance scope is growing rapidly, and the banks and Islamic financial institutions, they are looking for new products. It's very important. Also, you were here in Konya. We developed the KIF together. So it's an opportunity also.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. If you are ready, we can start our program. After that, it can take 45 or 50 minutes, but it's up to you. After that, we make a question and answer and discussion session with also our friends, and also with Dr. Kamola. We're making a small discussion together after the program, and we will take the question and answers. Now it's broadcasting live on YouTube channel.
Okay, so now in Konya, it is now morning, right? 11:30 in the morning, right?
Yes, it's 11:30 in the morning, and I think you are in 4:30.
Another 2 hours before breaking our fast, inshallah.
Inshallah. Also today we expect a Laylatul Qadr, inshallah.
Yeah. Remember last time, okay, I was in the masjid, what we call it, what is the name of the masjid? The people gathered there.
Mevlana?
In Mevlana, yes, in Mevlana. Okay, it is like a very big ceremony. You have 27th night of Laylatul Qadr.
Yes, on the 27th of the night of the Ramadan, we are making some programs because we are expecting Laylatul Qadr in the 27th of the Ramadan. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
the last 10 days very important, and the single days are very important. 27 is also very important. We hope so.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Still remember. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Maybe next time you make it into Malaysia or whatever in other part of the world.
Only in Malaysia, we don't have specific date for Laylatul Qadar. Okay, actually, at this the last 10 days of Ramadan, the men, okay, they go to masjid for iktikaf. So every the last 10 days, okay, most of the guys, they are now after Isha prayer, normally after 10 p.m. at night, okay, they go to masjid for iktikaf. So this is how, okay, we experience the last 10 days of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Itikaf is also very important sunnah. The last 10 day of the Ramadan is very important. Hopefully, we are making these programs for the sake of Allah. Inshallah, we are taking a sawab for itikaf also. Inshallah. We expect it, Dr. Shahida. We pray each other, inshallah.
Brother Sina, we share the slides, right?
Yes, yes, of course. You can share your slides. I am giving the permissions for sharing the slides.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I want to start from the beginning.
Yes,
After then, we can start our program.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. As-salatu was-salamu ala rasulina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Our friends, Dr. Shahida, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and starting this program, and the distinguished participants all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are. We have started our initiative of International Islamic Economics and Finance Talks, and we are making the third one today. We got to discuss on the most important topics of Islamic finance, product development, and Sharia compliant manner, and Islamic financial institutions. As we all know, Islamic finance has been growing rapidly in recent years, and assets come nearly $4 trillion. This growth has been driving increasingly demand for Sharia compliant products, financial products, and services, not only in Muslim countries and all over the world. This growth comes from new challenges and opportunities. One of the key challenges facing Islamic banks today is how to design new products, innovative, competitive products, and Sharia compliant products also, and in regards of Maqasid al-Sharia and Islamic financial manners. And also many opportunities for banks to develop new products, services for that carries unique needs and preferences of their customers. By leveraging technology is very important here, innovation, collaboration, when working together, Islamic banks can create products that can only Sharia compliant, but also customer centric. It's very important and efficient and sustainable. In this context, our discussion today will focus on the challenges and opportunities in designing Sharia compliant products and how Islamic financial institutions can overcome these challenges and seize their opportunities to drive growth and innovation in the industry. Today, we have a very important guest because Dr. Shahida Binti Shahwan is one of our friends and working in Karaköy University as a postdoctoral researcher, and she's very influential on product development. I would like to introduce our guest, Associated Professor Dr. Shahida Binti Shahwan is currently the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Muamalat, University of Science Islam, Malaysia. She is a lecturer in Muamalat, Islamic Banking and Finance, Governance of Islamic Bank, and Product Development of Islamic Finance. She graduated in Islamic Banking and Finance from IAUM, IBF, with her PhD titled Evaluation of Islamic Banking Product Development Process based on Maqasid al-Sharia, the case of sale-based and partnership-based home financing in Malaysia. Prior to that, she received Bachelor in Islamic Related Knowledge in Usul al-Fiqh and IIUM 2000 and Master in Islamic Economics from University of Malaysia. University of Malaya, I'm sorry. She involved in various research and product development in Islamic finance and Maqasid and Sharia conceptually and empirically. She also actively innovated Islamic finance education tools for use in teaching and training activities. Among awarded and commercials product by her team is Muamilat Interactive Game, MIG, that one of the products we are using in our university also. After sponsored by Ministry of Science and Technology Malaysia. Halal to Use simulation game with a grant from Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia. Karatai Interactive Finance funded by KTO Karatai University and ongoing Islamic Capital Markets game research project funded by University of Science Islam Malaysia. So our guest is very important today and she's making lots of product development issues. So we are excited and ready to listen, Professor, and floor is yours, Dr. Shahida.
Okay, thank you very much, Hussein Hojam, okay, for the introduction. Okay, first of all, Ramadan Kareem to all the online audience here. I don't know how many online audience here. Maybe we don't have it, the name, yeah, in front of us, because if you go through the YouTube, we don't think that we have the list here. Okay, and also to the people, okay, outside there, okay, to the rest of the world, I believe that, okay, this one, we can reach us, okay, from everywhere, okay, in the world, and especially to my beloved friend from KTO Karatai University, okay, Ramadan Kareem to all of you. Okay, and as we know, okay, like Hussein Hojam said, we are approaching towards end of Ramadan now. Okay, and may Allah accept our prayers and deeds, especially today as 27 Ramadan. Okay, in Konya. Okay, it is known as Lailatul Qadar. Okay, in karate, actually in Turkey. Okay, known as Lailatul Qadar and celebrated. Okay, in the Jami' normally. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, I experienced, okay, the experience very wonderful. And then we have programs, okay, in the Jami', and then may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our prayers and deed, okay, especially during end of Ramadan. Okay, so with that, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I would like to start, okay, the discussion now, okay, with Rabbi Shrah li Sadri wa Yassir li Amri wa Hlul 'Uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so first of all, thank you very much to the organizer, okay, for inviting me. Okay, we meet again, okay, in this session, Alhamdulillah. Okay, and thank you Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, for allowing me, okay, to attend again this session. Okay, and I'm blessed, okay, with my relationship, okay, and also our commitment, okay, with the KTO Karata University. Alhamdulillah, a continuous effort, okay, by university to engage with us, okay, scholars all around the world. Okay, and we hope, okay, that we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide, okay, our path and is the process of understanding and deliberating this sharing session today, inshallah. Okay, and also I hope the site given by the, okay, shared by the, this is the first one, yeah. I would like to thank also again the organizer, okay, for inviting me, sharing my insight and my little experience. Okay, Hussein Hojam, actually, you deliberated a lot actually. Okay, I'm still in the process of learning and researching actually. Okay, even though, okay, product development inside finance is my forte and actually my research in PhD. Okay, but still, okay, because this area is really dynamic. Okay, we have to keep researching, okay, and keep changing, keep upgrading our knowledge, okay, and latest information, okay, on product development. So today's as given, okay, the title given by Hussein Hojam just now, okay, product development activities inside finance, especially in relation to Sharia compliant product, the challenges, maybe some of the future direction. Okay, inshallah, I try, okay, to share with you, okay, my little experience, and we hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept, okay, our effort today. Okay, so I believe that okay, this session, okay, will benefit, okay, many of you, and maybe for some of us, okay, who are in Shariah, okay, knowledge and Shariah background, maybe you want to know, okay, how to go about, okay, with the process in product development in Islamic finance, okay, inshallah, okay. So before I begin, okay, with this session, because this is the first slide, okay, I want to know actually now, okay, if I would just want you to ponder, okay, not to answer any question, just like want you to think on your own. Do we need, or why we need to innovate actually in Islamic finance? Okay, I want to trigger these questions, okay, before we start. Okay, why we need to innovate actually? Is there a trend or a demand, okay, in the innovation process? Okay, or in Islamic finance, okay, activities today, if we do not innovate, okay, if you do not innovate, we stay at our stage right now, okay, are we going to perish? So that might be, okay, important question, okay, for us. Okay, maybe we are not evergreen anymore. Okay, we have to think about that situation. Okay, if you do not innovate, okay, maybe we are not following the trend as well. Okay, like today, okay, we have many new trends, especially after the pandemic. Okay, there are many new and dynamic innovation in the industry, especially in relation to Islamic finance industry. Like Hosam Hojam said about the what you call it, fintech, yeah, the digital finance. Okay, all this actually coming very fast, okay, especially after pandemic. So all these questions are actually related to the issue. Okay, we're going to discuss today product development in finance, challenges and opportunities in designing Sharia compliant product. I might not be explaining detail to you on the fintech or digital side, okay, of the innovation, okay, because I'm going to go to the basic part, okay, which is on the Sharia compliant issue that might maybe inshallah will be discussed in the future, okay, because I'm going to start, okay, with the very basic component, okay, of development, okay, of Islamic finance product, okay, so that we know, okay, the foundation, okay, when we develop, okay, Islamic finance product, okay. So I think I start with that, okay, as the trigger question, okay, to highlight, okay, so that we know why, okay, we are here, okay, where actually we want to start, okay, when we want to develop a new product in Islamic finance, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, okay, from the first slide there, okay, why product development in Islamic finance? Okay, so as we know, okay, product development is important stage that has a great influence towards the overall success and development of an organization. Every organization, okay, might it manufacturing industry, finance industry, okay, so product development is very important, okay, and has great influence, yeah, to the overall success actually. Okay, therefore, developing a successful product, okay, is utmost important and critical. Okay, in the financial sector, especially, developing a new product is somewhat different from manufacturing industry. Okay, we can see that in manufacturing industry, the process, okay, developing, okay, the new product, okay, demand high cost, and innovation of tangible product is more touchable. You can touch, you can see, okay, you can design from the very beginning, okay, and you involve also prototype development, like the one we experienced when we design our Karatai interactive finance. Everything, okay, is in front of us, intangible. Okay, however, in Islamic finance, okay, we are very lucky because we experience the product development ourselves, but it involves tangible product like Hussein Hojam and Kamul Hojam. Okay, it is tangible one. Okay, so we can see it. We can, even though you cannot touch it because it is in Adobe Photoshop, but we can see it. Okay, and then when they print it, we can see, we can touch it. So everything here, all these are involved tangible product. However, when we discuss about finance product or banking product, okay, it's like finance product development, the product is characterized as intangible, okay, service-based, in this only involve blueprint, only involve the process, a model only, okay, which you cannot touch it. Okay, it's something that you cannot, you can imagine, but it's difficult for you to figure out. Okay, so sometimes it require you understanding. It need your the best of your understanding when you want to develop product in Islamic finance, especially. So When we call product development in finance and banking sector, okay, we call it as financial innovation. Okay, we call it as financial innovation normally. Okay, and it is the process of creating new financial product, services, and processes. Okay, so financial innovation has come via advances in financial instruments, can be also in technology, can be also in payment system. Like Dr. Hussein Hojam said, it is in the digital payment, for example. This is part, okay, of the innovation in financial innovation. Yes, so to set our motivation today, I prefer to refer to the quotation, by some scholars when we discuss about I can see actually the slide there. Okay, you can see there, okay, why it is important to have this financial product. I can see there, I can see the slide there. I can read the slide actually. Okay, here, okay, product development is important stage, yes, and have its innovation. Yeah, this is what, okay, if you can see, okay, the processes that I put there in the slides there. Now I can see the slide. Okay, good. Okay, so you can see the process here. It started with idea generation. Okay, and then we define it. If you imagine it is the manufacturing product, okay, you can have to write, okay, explain the concept in the concept paper. Okay, and then you have to test it. Okay, you have to test the product. Okay, you have to test the product when, okay, you have the prototype. Okay, and then you design the prototype, and then you brand it, putting the brand on it. Okay, and then you fund, okay, the product. I can see it. Okay, you fund and protect it. Fund and protect it here means that you have to register, okay, for the IP, okay, of the product, and finally, okay, you have to launch it. So this is the normal process when we involve any product development activities. Okay, so this process actually is very also similar. The one that I quoted here is a diagram for the manufacturing industry. Same thing goes to the financial industry. So we need to ensure, okay, that our ideas, okay, are saleable, okay, can and also accepted, okay, by the society. And some situation we need to validate the contract, the product that we have. Okay, so there are process, okay, in the financial sector how we want to validate the concept that we choose, okay, for the financial contract. Okay, so this is why we need understanding, okay, of the basic idea on how to innovate product in Islamic finance. Okay, so now let's continue to the next one. Okay, before we elaborate the next one, Sinan, the blue one. The next one is the, yeah, thank you. Okay, so before we elaborate more detail on the challenges facing product development in Islamic finance, okay, we always need to know the basic or the terms used for product development. Okay, in industry as a whole, the term product development, okay, sometimes you use the term product engineering. Okay, and sometimes you read books, okay, you find out financial innovation, and sometimes you use the word financial engineering, have been interchangeably used. Okay, sometimes they use this term, okay, to show the similar objective. Okay, and in manufacturing industry, normally the term product development is used where it refers to a process of a gradually building up a body of information. You can read that, okay, from there, okay, a body of information until it eventually provides a complete formula for manufacturing a new product. So the term manufacturing here is highlighted, okay, in this product development process. Okay, so from concept to the product in research, normally from concept, it begins with concept and become a product, okay, and then the product actually in form of prototype, and then we come up with a commercialized product. Okay, in research, normally we rate a research product in its TRL. TRL means technology readiness level. Okay, this is based on NASA's method for evaluating and estimating the technology maturity and commercial readiness. Yeah, beginning from concept. Normally, our basic research, we call it concept stage. This is TRL level 1, 2, 3. Normally, TRL level 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then into product development stage. During the product development stage, normally it is TRL level 4, 5, and 6 until we validate in our community, meaning that maybe we can validate it until the students community, within the students. Okay, I can use the example when we develop KIF, okay, when we validate with the students, so it has reached actually TRL level 5 or TRL level 6. Yeah, so that one is until what we call it validation. Okay, and ended finally it will end, the TRL level will end, okay, with commercialization at deployment stage. At this stage, it is TRL level 7, 8, 9. Okay, in this stage, actually, it is so-called commercialization stage. And this stage actually for deployment, okay, for the use of the society normally. So this is another level. So normally a research project in university, if we have prototype, if we have product, like for example, for manufacturing industry, engineering student, okay, they will come up until the stage of 6, okay, the prototype, okay, then validation of the prototype. Okay, so this is in normal product development, okay, for the manufacturing industry. So closer to finance industry, here we have service industry, number 2, the medium one. Okay, the medium one, okay, in the center, it is the service industry. The term is defined as developing the product concept into a physical product in order to ensure that the product idea can be turned into workable product. Okay, so the service industry is closer actually to finance industry, where the term financial innovation is normally used, okay, and could be defined as the internal process that financial organization adapts in order to create a financial product or service for delivery to its customer. Okay, so this is normally defined, okay, by product development. Okay, when you use product development, normally actually we refer to the financial innovation in Islamic finance. Yeah, so only the word, okay, the term we use is product development. Okay, in the context of Islamic finance, okay, I would like to refer to the definition given by our Tan Sri Muhammad Daud Bakar, okay, and he has elaborated, okay, the term as an exercise, okay, to create a new product, okay, to create a new product or instrument to meet a specific requirement. Okay, so there are specific requirements, and we will be discussing after this what are those specific requirements, okay, when we want to innovate a new product, okay, be it the customers, regulators, industries, or all the factors. Product development activity could also be inclusive of product enhancement. So he doesn't restrict the definition of product development only to develop a new product, but enhancement of the product also can be considered as part of product development, where it aims at adding more value to the existing product so it becomes more viable and appealing. Okay, therefore, activities like fintech, fintech, okay, putting engaging with online, everything now online activities, digital payment system, everything, all this actually product enhancement. Okay, product enhancement could be part of product enhancement. Like, however, if you come up with new one like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, this is not enhancement anymore, but it is part of product development. Okay, but depending on its intensity of the development process. But all these are considered as product development in Islamic finance. Okay, so now we are clear, okay, with what actually product development. It also can include product enhancement. Okay, so when we come to nowadays, okay, when we have digital technology in our Islamic finance, existing offer of our product Islamic finance, like for example, previously, we need to go to the counter when we want to open our bank account. But now, after pandemic, especially, you don't have to go to the bank to the counter of the bank, but you can just do it at home, online. Last time, we didn't allow it to do online, but once after pandemic, suddenly everything can be online. Okay, actually, it is it is doable. Okay, and this is what we call also product innovation in Islamic finance. Yeah, so it can be part of that. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Okay, so now let's continue to the next part. Okay. So, okay, challenge. Okay, so now, so what are the processes involved in product development in Islamic finance? Okay, so, and therefore, actually, this is where the challenge actually begins. Yeah, we want to see the challenges in developing new product. Actually, it begins here. So just now, it was just introductory part and all the definition. For your information, yes, those who are interested to do product development in finance, okay, if you refer to the model, okay, product development model until 2011, this one actually innovated, model found in 2011. No reference actually has been made to product development model in finance as a complete process. Okay, normally what we had, some books actually among our important prominent scholars in Malaysia also, okay, a few models of references only pay attention only to the Sharia structuring. Even previously, our Bank Negara also only referred to the Sharia structuring of Islamic finance product, not the overall process, okay, of product development. Okay, so in 2011, we found this one. Okay, indeed, you have to understand, indeed, product development inside finance actually is a complex process. It is not only about Sharia requirements only, how you fulfill that part only. No, okay, it is not on that only. Okay, so product development inside finance actually is a complex process involving various stages and sequences, as you can see in the slide there, several steps within each stage. Okay, you can see. Yeah, if we refer to Habib Ahmad model, the model that I'm showing to you right now, where he adapted, actually this model is from Cooper's model. Cooper actually is among important figure, okay, prominent scholar in manufacturing industry. Yeah, he have come up with a lot of model in manufacturing product. Okay, but Habib Ahmad then, okay, he adapted the model, okay, and then put input there on the Sharia requirements, okay, and become the model in Sharia requirements and product development inside finance. Yeah, so the product development, if you look at this, the model given by Habib Ahmad, okay, the product development cycle usually includes, number one, idea generation. Number one is idea generation. Number two, converting the idea into product. Okay. Number three, launching the product, where Habib Ahmad named it as commercialization stage. Number three, name it as commercialization stage. So it involves these three big stages where you have sub stages inside there. Okay, and there is no one model that fits all the industry. No. Okay, no one fit all. Okay, there's no one model that fit all. If you go and interview, okay, various industry, in fact, in Malaysia, I interviewed, okay, some of them bankers, they don't even have this kind of model actually. They just do the practice they commonly use, okay, in the industry. Okay, but when I ask them the process, yeah, they admit actually they experience the process. They experience it, but they don't put it into model like this. So we academic lah, we are the one who always put into this kind of model. Okay, so the product development process involved, you can see there, okay, several steps, okay, and require actually coordination input from different departments of the organization. So if you look at the process there, it is not only a process per se, it is actually the different departments involved in product development activities in the organization. Okay, so you can see, okay, some of the, we can imagine from the process, from the wording, okay, we use, okay, Habib Ahmad used, okay, in the stages there, you can figure out now what other departments might be involved, okay, in the product development activities. Yeah. So successful product development inside finance is closely tied to mitigating risk normally. Okay, and risk of failure, okay, can be minimized, okay, by choosing, okay, to develop products that are in demand, provide value to the customer, and produce normally at a reasonable cost, okay, to offer better price to the customer. Because at the end, okay, our motive, of course, is our investor, okay, our depositors. Okay, so these are the stakeholders, okay, normally the shareholders of the institution. Okay, as new products are to be offered under financial industry, they also have to comply with internal organizational requirement like policies, okay, or any external rules and regulations, okay, provided by one country. So this is not to include, okay, that Islamic finance product has to observe also, okay, including also, okay, that Islamic finance product have to obey, okay, the Sharia requirements dictated in one country. Okay, so if you want to go in deep after that, you will have to go in deep on the challenges, okay, for each stage, okay, how, okay, the challenges will be have to be faced, okay, when developing new product, okay, in each stage of the development. Okay, we'll continue after this. So now you understand first, okay, these are the three stages in product development. Yeah, but in the model, okay, when we ask the industry, they might have the process or not, maybe no, but they experience the similar process, but in different terms. Okay, so now let's go in deep. So to go in deep on the challenges, okay, when developing new product at the stage of the first one, idea generation. Okay, among highlighted issues, for instance, is the issue of hybrid contracts. I believe, Brother Sinan, you know about the hybrid contract. Yeah. Hybrid contract. So hybrid contract, okay, when you mix Okay, two contract. Okay, بيعتان في بيعة واحدة لكن هناك الفرق بين البيعتان والبيعة والبيعتين متفارقين. Okay, so when we develop, okay, for example, hybrid contract, the expertise of Sharia scholars actually highly demanded here, where a new product intend, okay, that we intend, okay, to have in Sharia that fulfill the Sharia requirement, okay, that consists of hybrid product, okay, it constitute a mixture of contracts, okay, mixture of contract A and contract B. For example, mixture of ijara and sale. This is normally in Ijarah Thumma Al-Bay' in Malaysia. Maybe, for example, you have contract of musyarakah and also contract of Ijarah and sale. This is what we call Qawmalah Hojah, musyarakah, mutanakisah, mathalan. Okay.
I was about to answer, sorry. Diminishing musharak.
Diminishing musyarakah. You are right. Okay, so all these are actually a hybrid contract, and it is not simply combining the contract without understanding the requirements. There are certain requirements that we have to obey, okay, in order to mix and mixture the contracts. So understanding the do's and the don'ts of fiqh requirement pertaining to the contracts, okay, are essential here. It is very important, okay, to the Sharia scholars to understand what are the do's and don'ts when they mix the contract. Okay, they might be sensitive when they use corp, for example, corp contract. Corp is very sensitive, okay, to be mixed with the other contracts. So it's why important, very important for us to understand the do's and don'ts of fiqh requirement, okay, pertaining to the contract. Another issue. And that was the first issue. I don't elaborate detail on the issue, and that one will be another session. But another issue is issue of mimicking conventional product. I believe that a lot of you have heard, you read a lot papers on issue of mimicking, okay, conventional product. Okay, so it has been, okay, hunting, okay, Islamic finance product development. Okay, and is it true that we cannot mimic the conventional product? Is it true that we cannot mimic conventional product? So what is the problem if we want to mimic conventional product? Qawmalah Hojam, Hussein Hojam. I don't see any, if I ask me, I don't see any problem actually. Yeah? Actually, the Sharia has never stated that Islamic finance should never mimic conventional counterparts. In fact, our Prophet SAW also permit, okay, anything that is good, okay, benefit to the society, promote maslahah, and does never contradict to the Sharia, basic Sharia requirement, we proceed. We proceed with the activities. Okay, so in fact, all the good things that promote maslahah, okay, and as long as it benefit the majority of the society, is appreciated in our religion. Okay, so that is what will happen, okay, during the idea generation. The challenges actually is to come up with a new product. It is not easy. Why is new? Maybe we just only like doing the product enhancement only. Most of the time, maybe we just involved in product enhancement, not really product development per se. Maybe, okay, because most of our time today, if you look, we just change the process. Yeah, right. We just change the process, not the really definition, really meaning of the Sharia contract that we have in our industry. Okay, so this is among the issue. The second one, okay, is the product conversion. Conversion. Okay, the idea generation towards the conversion. Okay, the second one. Okay, before the second one, I want to continue some more issues with the idea generation. Idea generation. Okay. Another issue, okay, that many Sharia scholars mentioned, okay, they have to ensure, okay, when they come up with a new product, okay, they have to make sure it must comply, okay, to the Sharia non-compliance risk requirements. This is very important. In most of the bank, okay, they're afraid this one. This is the most important thing that they're afraid of, because when they involve Sharia non-compliance risk, it will affect, okay, their income, okay, at the end of the session, okay, the income also will lead towards the Sharia non-compliance income. So the need for stringent Sharia approval at this stage is very important, because it will provide better flow, okay, and smooth riding of the product innovation process in stage number 2 and stage number 3 after this. Okay, so stage number 1 here considered as the most critical stage, okay, where they have to make sure everything is Sharia compliance first. Operational wise, might be you can change here and there. Okay, marketing wise, maybe you can change here and there, but in terms of Sharia requirement, this is the most important part. So that's why you have to very strict. Okay, sometimes, okay, in some institution, they have to go back and present again. Go back to the department and present back, okay, to the Sharia department. This is normal because they want to ensure that all product they approve in this stage all are they avoid the Sharia any gate, okay, any door, okay, towards the Sharia non-compliance risk should be avoided at this stage. Okay, so that's why in Malaysia, what I can share with you, our experience in Malaysia, for example, Bank Negara Malaysia actually has exemplified in our standard document for preparation of new product proposal. Actually, I share, okay, with the students when I taught them product development last time, okay, the essential inputs, okay, and facts required when any financial institution would propose a new product. Okay, among the important inputs, the data that they have to put there is the Sharia requirement and Sharia discussion, okay, and deliberation, okay, by the scholars on the new concept they want to offer in the new product. So this one, in manufacturing industry, it is just like preparing the concept paper. But in Islamic finance industry, yes, it is like a preparation of concept paper, plus you have to do the Sharia research, okay, on this, on the contract they want to propose, okay, in this part. Okay, so that is for the first part. That is what we call idea generation. Okay, so number 1. Number 2, the second stage, okay, this is what we call concept, and then we convert into product. Okay, conversion into product. Okay, so in this stage, okay, the most critical part here is to avoid any operational mismatch. Here in this stage, okay, we started preparing a blueprint actually. We start preparing blueprint, so it is important to avoid any operational mismatch. Okay, for example, mismatch between Sharia contracts and the legal documents. Okay, between the legal documents and the IT system. This is very important, between the legal documents and marketing materials. Okay, so we have to make sure everything is consistent and vice versa. Okay, so it can infect, okay, many stages here. If you can see the sub stages there, the stage is considered here in this stage actually as a final stage for innovation actually. Even though we have 3 stages, but the third one, commercialization, is just flying, okay, launching already. But actually, literally, when we discuss about a product development stage, actually it ended here, okay, in the conversion product into product, and conversion concept into product. In this stage, in Malaysia, for example, okay, if you can see there, the Sharia approval in Malaysia, for example, this stage requires 2 gatekeepers. 2 tier of approval for Sharia requirements. Number 1, okay, you need requirement approval from the Sharia committee of the bank itself or the financial institution. And number 2, we need approval from the Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia. So we need these 2 approval at this stage. Okay. So in this stage, okay, we can take, let's say, analogy in the manufacturing industry. Okay, like in manufacturing industry, in this stage, actually, they have prototype. They have prototype and then they validate the prototype. So the prototype will be tested by the validator. Let's say you are manufacturing a Tesla car, Tesla, and then you validate it. Okay, so validate, make sure no driver, okay, no accident. Okay, so the validator will ensure everything, the engine, okay, the system, okay, the whatever. I don't really know, okay, about the car. Okay, mechanics, yeah, should be in order. Hussein Hoja might be, okay. I'm not manufacturing.
But you know, it's still very exciting example. But we can say talk instead of Tesla, the new Turkish brand. Okay, please go.
What is Turkish brand? The new car, right? What's the
name? The new car, national car, Talk, TOGG.
TOGG. Oh, okay. I never see it. I missed. Where they launch it?
This month we have started to sell. This year, you know.
I heard from the news that they
Yes.
want to launch, Turkey want to launch a new car. So Alhamdulillah, finally.
So we can change the example from Tesla to talk.
yeah. I use different
If you need
examples.
help about the mechanic side, I will help you. Say.
Okay. For example, they want to validate the TOG, TOGG, your car. They have to make sure everything are in order, especially the mechanic, about the driver, the gear, whatever it is, must be in order. So this is what we call the prototype. Before they launch it, they put a mass production. Before they have the mass production of the prototype, they must validate it. So same goes to the financial industry. In financial industry, we don't have any prototype, but we have the blueprint. So the blueprint also, the Shariah committee will validate it. So who will validate? The component, the aspect, the mechanic of the mechanics of the concept and product they use, the operational activities of the product. All this actually will be validated by the Shariah committee. Only in Malaysia, we have 2 layers of validator. I'm sure in Turkey, only have 1 layer, right? SSB, right? Only 1 layer, I think. You only have 1 layer from SSB. Am I right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. So depending on every country. So that's why we have to understand, the structure, governance, of our country, so that we are able to understand the process, and we can foresee, about what we're going to see, when we want to innovate a new product. So that one actually, once the product approved by the validator here refers to in Malaysia, we refer to the Shariah Advisory Council and also Shariah Committee of the bank. So the product now can be considered as a product. So the blueprint actually accepted and considered as a product. So will be presented to the committee, and the risk management aspects also will be presented as required by the standard, whatever required by the industry. So that is the literally the process of product development is financial institution, literally complete already. However, we need another stage. Even though it is complete, remember I explained to you just now about TRL level. We have a validated product, right? But now we go to commercialization. So who want to commercialize it? So in financial industry, we have it also in order, like the TRL level, where you have the commercialization stage. Commercialization stage. So the last stage after final approval is the product, the product will reach a launching stage. Launching stage. Here, training and pre-launch knowledge by the marketing department should be in place. So they should be given knowledge, information about the product knowledge should be given, and product operation should be given to the end, the benchmark, the counter people. Actually, if we read Islamic finance articles and reports, there are many articles and report highlight on the issue of knowledge gap, lack of trainings, and finally affected toward lack of knowledge among customers. Actually, it happened in this stage. This is the stage, even though it is the last stage, but it is critical. Because this stage actually, even though we have done with all the product development activities, operational done and validated by the expert, however, if we are not able to deliver the knowledge, the product knowledge properly to the one who want to deliver to the customer, and inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un, actually. Because we cannot market the product properly. We cannot explain to the customer properly, and at the end of the session, will be resulted that the customer have wrong information about the product that we want to deliver to them. So that's why, even though this is the last stage, yes, we are done with everything on the product development activities. However, in this stage, there are many issues found in this stage. So how to solve the issue? So we have to train our staff. We have to make sure the staff, the bankers, they are given proper training on the product knowledge. This is very important. And it is not easy actually to give knowledge to those who are conventional background. We want to give input on Islamic background, and you expect them to explain to the customer. We're afraid at the end of the session, they will go to shortcut, everything is same. So this is what we're afraid of, and it happened actually in Malaysia. So this is what we want to avoid, because they must know what are the basic differences between Islamic product and conventional product. Because normally now we have dual banking system in our industry. I think most of the bank in the world now, we are working under dual banking system. Why dual banking system? Meaning that we are offering conventional product at the same time, okay, the same officer also offering Islamic banking product. So they have to know both, and they must know the differences between conventional and Islamic product. At the same time, they have to know how to switch their mind when they want to explain to the customer on the conventional product, and when they want to explain to the customer on the Islamic banking product. This is critical, even though it is the tail, the last one, but this is the critical one, because this is the stage where our product meet the end users. Our product meet the end users. So who will be the person, okay, moderating between them is the bank officer. Okay, so that's why issues actually raise up most of the articles, journal on the Islamic finance here. This is the stage where normally they discuss, okay, on the understanding, awareness, okay, perception of the customer. Okay, if you refer to many articles, it is in this part. Okay. And okay, so that is the last stage, okay, of our technically, that is technically the last stage, okay, of product development, okay, based on Habib Ahmad's model of product development. Okay, in fact, okay, how do we know a product actually is a successful besides its financial report? Actually, well, we can say that a success product is considered success when it is well explained, and the customer, which is the end users, really benefit and appreciate the product. In order for them to really benefit and appreciate the product, they have to understand the product purpose. And the challenge in this stage is to ensure the sustainability of the product and information of the product are well disseminated, okay, well explained, okay, to the customer. This stage is considered a full-scale launch. This stage, full-scale launch and Shariah audit later. You can see there is Shariah audit, another stage. Even though technically ended already on the product development, okay, full-scale launch has been done here, but technically there will be a Shariah audit stage will take place normally a year after the full launch, to ensure that the process and procedures, okay, encounter are written or documented, okay, are monitored accordingly as what it should be, as what stated in the document. Okay, so this will be another gate actually, but the gate will happen after you have launched the product. Okay, so this one revision, okay, you revise the product about the successful, about the Shariah requirement compliance of the product, okay, about Shariah risk, everything, okay, in the Shariah audit. Okay, so these challenges, okay, if you can see, explain there, I explained to you just now, these challenges in the process of developing a new product would be lessened actually, would be reduced should the institution has integrated multidisciplinary personnel, actually, and experts in Islamic finance. So it is a teamwork actually that accelerate the process from A to Z of this product development in Islamic finance. Yeah, so it is a teamwork. So I think for that, okay, I will continue to another challenge inside finance product version in for Shariah requirements. That is the third one, the last one, Sinan. The last part, yes, the challenges. This is integrated multidisciplinary in Islamic finance, okay, about the people, okay, okay, what we need actually, okay, this is the normally in Malaysia last time we call it the word human capital development, okay, in Islamic finance. So now let's look at this challenge. So this challenge, I call it as integrated multidiscipline in Islamic finance. Okay, why I call it integrated? This challenge actually is integrate, okay, into three aspects, where a product developer should be able to comprehend these three aspects. Okay, so in this situation, where I have these three aspects: Shariah requirements, legal and operational requirements. Okay, however, okay, should the institution fortunate enough, meaning that they can employ an individual with integrated multidisciplinary of these three aspects, actually, one person with these three skills, okay, the skill set, okay, I mentioned here, possessed by only one person, actually, it is a magic. It is a magic. Okay, so the institution is very lucky. Okay, we hope that in the near future, Malaysia is going. Okay, actually we train our fresh graduate. Okay, to expert in these three fields. Okay, to make sure that they are able, okay, to think like Sharia scholars, think like legal and but and also operationally they know the banking operation. Okay, but based on our discipline today, okay, the discipline of our education today is quite difficult, but we don't know. Maybe in the near future. Okay, we have to work for that. Okay, so in this case, okay, if you don't have one individual who have these three skill set, so what you can have, we can have a team. Okay, it should be in a team. Okay, so the first requirement, okay, is what we call Sharia background. Okay, the first team member should be the Sharia background members. Okay, so Islamic finance involves incorporating Islamic law and values in financial transaction. Okay, and the basic principles of fiqh related to economics and in general and financial transaction in particular are essential. Okay, but in developing a product, this is very important to understand. As I told you, sometimes you need to understand, okay, the differences between one contract to another. Okay, so it is essential for us to have the Sharia expert. Okay, say maybe it is a new business model, a new digital product, a new process. All this actually requires Sharia for Sharia endorsement, and we need Sharia people expert, okay, who fulfill, okay, the requirements, okay, before the endorsement. Okay, so that is number one. Okay, so it is also important to highlight here, okay, when number two, when developing new product, the geographical, okay, opinions also should be given attention. Last time, remember, when I was in Konya, I think in February, suddenly tawaruk was not permitted there. Okay, I was like, oh, I just know, okay, because one country might allow tawaruk, in Malaysia, for example, but not for the other countries. So we have to be sensitive. The Sharia scholars, we have to be sensitive with all these differences, and we have to be alert. Okay, with the product developers, okay, we have to be alert, okay, with any changes of the resolutions, okay, around the world. Okay, so this is the need actually, okay, for Sharia, what you call expert. So new resolution and updates from regulator are also another red flag. Any updates from the regulators, for example, from AUFI, for example, or from IFSB, for example. In Malaysia, for example, we have our regulator like Bank Negara Malaysia. It is a red flag and should always be matters of attention, okay, when we want to develop a new product, okay, Islamic finance. Okay, Islamic finance, this is about Islamic finance because we are highly regulated industry. Okay, in Malaysia, for example, the call towards actually before pandemic, I think around 2020 or 19, something like that, we had our value-based intermediation. Okay, the call for value-based intermediation actually has led VBI. Maybe some of you have heard the term VBI, value-based intermediation, has led many financial institutions in Malaysia to gear up our product. Okay? Most of our products are innovated towards social, economic, and sustainable demand, like issues like environment, social need, okay, social inclusion, governance has been the direction in developing no product. Okay, once we had our value-based intermediation. Okay, so this is example why we need to keep updating ourselves with the current Sharia requirements and endorsement, okay, locally or globally. Okay, number two, because sometimes not only locally, you have to also understand the global aspect, because sometimes it has effect indirectly to you. Like last time we have SDG, Sustainable Development Goal. Okay, and actually it affects, okay, most of the countries around the world. So now we are working towards that, okay, when we want to develop a new product. Yeah. Secondly, besides Sharia requirements, okay, the ability of Islamic finance to develop products and services that can fulfill the Sharia requirement will also depend on number two, the legal and regulatory demand rendered by one organization in one country. So we have to look at two aspects. Number one, of the government, the country's regulation. Number two, the governance of the institution. Okay, therefore, product developer has to get attached ourselves, okay, to this aspect. Okay, in Malaysia, for example, we have T-tier approval, okay, practice to endorse new products. So we must to know the function of the Sharia committee, the function of Sharia department, the function, the micro level, the macro level, which is the Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia. Okay, as exit gate, we may have to know. okay, their function, and then we have to work out, okay, to get their attention and to know how they think, how they elaborate, how to give their opinion. Okay, therefore, a holistic understanding of product development inside bank should also be relied on legal and regulatory demands of one country. Legal and regulatory demands of one country. We have to check. Okay, we cannot jump into the conclusion. Okay, before checking. Okay, because before doing the regulatory check, legal check of one country. Okay, a success product actually need to be sensitive. Okay, with the current governance, legal and regulatory needs and changes in one country. I'm lucky because I experienced this one with KTO Karata University last time. Okay, and I was, Alhamdulillah, I have around me those who always like Kamal Hajam, Hussein Hajam, those who always update me with the current resolution and decision made by TKBB last time. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so this is important. And the last one. And the last one, okay, as business entity operation requirement. As business entity, it is among the objective of financial institution to generate income, okay, by achieving optimum combination of level, meaning that they must get profit at the end of the session. This is normal. Okay. Therefore, this third requirement here needed by product developer is to have operational mindset. So we cannot have only Shariah mindset, Sinan Hojam. We cannot have only the operational mindset, Nihal Hojam. Cannot. But we must have the combination. Okay, so we must combine, okay, with all these requirements. So with our the third requirement here, okay, so we are able to understand the organization, okay, and operational issues related to Islamic finance. Okay, like for example, issues like IT, the one expert is Hussein Hojam lah. Okay, the IT requirements, okay, the business operation model, asset liability structure, this one accounting part has to be examined. Everything. Okay, should we do not have any individual, okay, to do that purpose? So I told you just now, integrated team. So integrated team also could be another option. So normally in Malaysia, we work in team when we want to develop a new product. It is not one person, okay? Multiple component of the business functions to be part of integrated team must be there, such as finance department, human resource department, IT department must be there, legal, operational risk, compliance, marketing, and so on. All these are vital to the smooth functioning of the organization when they want to develop a new product. Okay, in Malaysia, actually, the model apply in Malaysia, actually, we adopt integrated team. Okay, we have integrated team when we want to have a new product. It is not one-man show. Yeah, it is not one person doing everything. Yeah, no. Okay, actually, as we know, it is the teamwork, okay, that makes the dream work. Okay, it is really, okay, this is literally, okay, can do with this kind of product innovation. Yeah, because Islamic finance innovation, okay, the team actually built a sustainable product for the betterment of Ummah. They have, when we have many minds, it is better than one mind. Okay, so as I told you, it is not a one-man show process. It requires a good communication and person, because you have to communicate, you have to deliver, you have to keep informing one another, okay, and coordination of the cross-functional team. So here, okay, maybe I'm expert in Sharia, but I'm not expert in operation. So we have to communicate and we have to coordinate. Okay, and I think for that, okay, this is the end of my sharing session. Okay, on the topic here on the product development. I hope the Sharia requirements in here, okay, benefit you and maybe trigger information, new information and new research area that you want to do in the future. Okay, and before I end, okay, the session here, because I leave it to the Hussein Hojam to continue. Okay, I remember there was one, I don't know where it come from, inspirational quote. There is a quote, okay, about the value of teamwork. Okay, it is said like this: if you want to go fast, you go alone. You can go fast because we are alone, right? You can go very fast. You can run, in fact. Okay, but if you want to go far, we want to go far. Islamic finance, we want to go far. Far. We want to cater the whole world, the global world. So we have to work together. Industry, academic, we have to work together. Okay, so Islamic finance have to go far. This is what we want, what we want to achieve. Okay, so that's all for me. Thank you very much to the organizer. And it is now 5:30. Okay, just nice, 1 hour. Thank you very much, organizer, and reward our deeds today and count it as ibadah. I hope this 27 Ramadan will bless me, inshallah. Okay, and I would like to take all this opportunity actually to say all of you Ramadan, advance Ramadan by Ramadan Correct me if I'm wrong. Ramadan,
Bayram.
Bayram, Mubarak also. Mubarak also.
Great
Oh,
job, Dr. Shahida. Thank you very much for accepting our program. And it was very beneficial and it's very modest because I want to start from the last one. We have to go too far away, not too fast. So we have to make some collaborations. These collaborations are very important. And one of the big example of this collaboration issue, I think we are now here together because last year we worked together. We want to share our experiences and ideas together. So for Islamic finance, we have to collaborate much. So thank you very much for your contributions in this field. From the beginning, you said I'm not the expert of this field, but you are very humble and modest. I know because you are very well-known expertise in this issue. And your presentation, I get some notes. I have to underline some places. For example, the seventh step from the beginning. I like it, and I have to give my students and the other every profession for Islamic finance because after bringing the idea, you have to define it, you have to test it, you have to design it, you have to brand it, you have to protect it. Maybe
yes.
sometimes we lack this one. And we have to make it and we have to launch it because these 7 steps brings the other 3 steps, I think, idea generation, converting and commercialization. It's very important. We take lots of notes. I think also the participants, also Islamic financial professionals will take lots of notes from this presentation. Thank you very much. It was very great. We have friends here, Dr. Kamala here, brother Sinan and sister Nihal is here. I think we got some questions maybe, but from passing to the questions, I want to ask a question to you because it's very interesting from the product development Sharia compliant manner because you know we are trying to do something in this process. When you look from the perspective, I want to see the Malaysian perspective and your experiences. For example, if I want to make some manufacture something, I test 2 ways. One, the customer behaviors, the customer's design, and the second one, I want to bigger my market share. For instance, for the financial products, where the idea and the demand comes from the household or the private sector or from the Islamic financial institutions. Because I think it's important, I know the 2 ways is important, but which one is the higher from your perspective and from your expertise, Dr.
Okay.
Sheikh?
Thank you, Hussein Hojam. You asked about, I repeat again, a question, please correct me if I'm wrong. You asked about where the ideas actually come when they want to innovate a new product, right?
Yes, yes, there's also demand, because 2 ways may demand these products.
Yeah. So the normal, okay, based on my reading, okay, experience, okay, dealing with the industry, actually the demand, of course, the demand will propose a new product to the bank actually. However, we have to remember, in the bank also there are layers of especially related to risk management activities of the bank, depending on the objective of the bank. Depending, demand, there are a lot of demands actually by the customers, but depending objective of the bank and the risk, especially the finance risk involved by the bank, so they have to look a lot in terms of that new product. What we can say when we come to the sources of idea, from the product development activities, it is not only from demand, from the customer. Customer is one part. Sometimes, the idea also can come from, don't surprise, from the competitor. The competitor. Not sometimes, actually many times. Many times, because sometimes also can be from the competitor, because when see the competitor in Malaysia, normally in Malaysia we have leading banking in Malaysia, like Bank Islam, for example. Normally Bank Islam will lead the innovation activities and also exemplify to the other banks the success or failure of the product. And the other bank, when they see the status of the product, success failure of the product, and then they will come up, they will know the reputation of the product. That one might be one of the sources of idea. But another way, in Malaysia also we have that one. Maybe I don't know whether maybe in your country also you have that one. this is what we call revelation. You know revelation? The one required by the government, mandatory, given by the government, where the government, as for example, last time it is about the last time we had for example a small medium enterprise, okay, financing for small medium enterprise. So the bank have no choice except to offer that kind of financing, and they have to innovate product for that purpose. So this is one of the sources actually. Okay, it is not only direct idea. Sometimes the idea is maybe 30% of the process, okay, where we get fresh idea, okay, demand from the customer. But we have to be realistic as well. We have to be realistic as well, okay, with the regulatory structure and also the risk and financial issues of the country. Okay, sometimes, okay, the mandate from the government, okay, is another thing that we have to think, and whether the bank have to innovate, okay, and normally not whether. So most of the time, bank has to innovate based on the mandate, okay, given by the ruling, okay, government of the country. Okay, so this is among not only about the idea, fresh idea, but sometimes, okay, something we call it competitors part, okay, which is maybe beyond our expectation, okay, and also from the government. This is normal, okay, from the government. Last time, for example, in Malaysia, we applied, I believe in Turkey also you have moratorium. You had, right, moratorium, Kamala Hojam?
Can you please explain, like elaborate what is moratorium?
Moratorium, we expect that the bank financier, we are allowed, okay, to extend, okay, our financing period without any punishment. Yes, without any fee, okay, rendered upon off. So this is what mandatory given by the government, because the government dictated that we have to do this one. So now the bank has to think, okay, how to what we call enhance the product, the current product, with the new enhancement, okay, of the new calculation. This is only on the operational part. Okay, so the changes here, maybe the enhancement in the product development only on the operational part, not the really new development. Okay, like for example, when we have last time, product offering to the small medium enterprises, okay, the microfinancing one. Okay, so the microfinancing for small medium enterprises normally is mandate, okay, from the government, okay, to inculcate, okay, the business entrepreneurship, okay, among the customer. So the bank have to think whether they want the way how you want to innovate. It depend on the bank, depend on the model of the bank. Maybe the bank can propose murabahah concept. Maybe the bank can propose tawaruk. If it's in Malaysia, easier is tawaruk concept. Or maybe if bank want to have more challenge, okay, they can opt for musyarakah concept. But no bank in Malaysia opt for musyarakah concept, of course. Okay, it is what high risk. So this is the idea come from the government, but the way how you want to deliver it, it depends on the bank. It depends on the
maybe we can give example of our recent product innovation for conventional banks as well as Islamic banks, known as Kurkoruma method, which is exchange secured accounts. That one of the examples. I think you were here at that time, Hojam, when we get one mandate from the government, so banks need to adopt it. For conventional banks, of course, it's easier, but for Islamic banks, there was a challenge to get approval from Sharia board, from their Sharia committees. And as you mentioned, as you asked before, is it 2-layer or 1-layer system? It is 1-layer system for now in Turkey. It means the decision of the Sharia committee of the institution of the bank is enough, is sufficient to launch the product. This is for now, but actually I will have another question, Dr. Hussein, if you allow me.
Yeah, of course, Dr. Kamal, it was very nice. Just I want to underline something more, because Dr. Shahida said the integrated team and human resources, importance of that. Yes. We have a good team here. We have to ask lots of questions. Please, Dr. Kamal, the floor is yours.
But also we need to remember that it's just 1 hour left to start.
Yes.
And I hope you are ready for it because we have a lot of time. We have another 7 hours. Hojam, one more thing I want to ask, and it was really nice to hear from you today, to be with you even on virtual, but we hope soon we will again meet face to face. We'll have a lot of programs offline, inshallah. About the now coming to that to the same issue, when during the product development, when at the designing the product, getting the approval for the product, you mentioned that in Malaysia it is two-layer system, 2 layers. It means first we need to get the approval of the Sharia committee of the bank, then go to the SNC of to the Sharia committee of the Bank Negara Malaysia. But when it comes to the risk mitigation, mitigating the Sharia non-compliance risk, what do you think? Which method is more viable? Basically, the question will be, what are the pros and cons of both methods? Because as you said, if we need approval just of one committee, it means it is easier to launch the product, right? To getting the second approval, it might be difficult, but when it comes, in my opinion, to the risk mitigation, it will be better. It will be like, we will be sure that we are not going to face any problems in the future, like Sharia non-compliance risk. However, it might take time. So can you please explain to our participants, to us, the main pros and cons of these two methods, like 1-layer system versus 2-layer system? Thank you.
Okay, this is based on, actually it is 3-tier, 3-tier. The first tier was in the, it is in the Sharia departments level. So the Sharia, if you still remember, okay, the first stage, it is in the Sharia departments level. Okay, the second tier, it is in the Sharia committee, okay, of the bank institution, and the third layer actually is the national level, okay, which is the Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia. So this 3-tier, and we know, okay, that these 3-tier are quite stringent and strict. Actually, we have to follow, okay, the requirement, and sometimes, okay, the Sharia opinion, also the fiqhi opinion and ijtihad of one scholar is not similar to one another. So that is the risk that we have to take, okay, when we want to propose a new product. So in my opinion, if you ask my opinion, okay, I would prefer to say better face the risk, okay, then you lose everything. Not better late than never. Before you face the risk, okay, risk answering all the question, okay, mitigating everything, okay, about the risk, explaining to the Sharia scholars and do's and don'ts, everything, okay, you have to look in detail, in specific, rather than at the end of the session you face the non-Sharia, non-compliant issue of the product. That one is, I think, more valuable than at the end of the session. After 1 year, you launch the product. At the end of the session, you end up facing that the product is Sharia non-compliant. Oh, that is trouble. Actually, that is disasters in our financial industry. So, actually, when we have very strict process, okay, on Sharia requirement, okay, if you look at there are many actually issues, okay, can be avoided. Okay, not only about the Sharia aspect of the Sharia non-Sharia non-SNC, Sharia SNC, Sharia non-compliant risk, okay, of the product, or Sharia non-compliant incomes to the bank. At the same time, we can avoid the reputation, the reputational risk, okay, of one bank, okay, we can mitigate also that part, okay, because we know nowadays, okay, okay, in fact, in Malaysia, we are facing, okay, a lot of issues when it comes to the reputational risk, okay, because people now are keyboard warrior. People now, they are keyboard warrior. Understand, right? Keyboard warrior. Everything they want to put in social media. Okay, if one bank having issues, okay, in terms of the financial institution, the Sharia non-compliant issues, in fact, it is not correct at all. It is not correct at all. Not not genuine at all. But when people give the opinion, not really right opinion, okay, they put everything in social media, spread already. So this one, even though it's not right, but spread already, so we have to mitigate that situation very difficult way. So it is not easy actually. Okay, so I think it is better for us to be strict. Okay, 2 layers or 3 layers. In Malaysia, actually we have 3 layers, okay, 3 tier. okay, of the approval. Okay, very strict. Okay, and sometimes okay, I discuss okay with some conventional experience, okay, branch managers when we discuss about the product development. Okay, they said it's very strict actually. They have to go here and there, go back, prepare back, and then go back present to the Sharia department. It is okay as long as at the end of the session we want to come up with something compliant. And at the end of the process, the customer, okay, will get, the shareholders will get all the Sharia compliance income from the activity. Because at the end of the session, it will go back to the shareholders. It will go back to the depositors. We want to ensure whenever we give back to the depositors in terms of hibah maybe, or in terms of the profit maybe, depending on what term you use, okay, profit maybe. So if you give profit to the customer, the profit is Sharia compliant. So this is what we want to ensure. Confirmation, the satisfaction and confirmation of mind. This is very important, okay, for the Sharia requirements. Okay, when we have the layers there. So I think to be strict is better than to be lenient, okay, in this case.
So what is the average time or like period of one product, developing one product, going through all these stages you have mentioned? Like what would you say?
Normally 1 year, Jeff.
More than 1 year?
Normally 1 year. The fastest is 6 months. The fastest you can do is 6 months normally.
Okay, one interesting. Thank you.
The first one, 6 months, normally 1 year, but we have to go far, not the first one. So,
yeah. But we don't know, okay, the technology with AI, with ChatGPT, okay, but technology have to be confirmed, validated by expert, Sharia expert. Maybe it will faster. We can use all the technology actually. Okay, but everything must be validated by the Sharia expert. Okay, but it can shorten some of the processes.
So we have to understand from this session and after the questions, technology, using of technology, using of social media, using of new technologies, financial technologies is very important for us, for students, for these professionals. Also, the innovation with the technology brings it faster sometimes, but we have some problems, or we know that there's problems. Thank you very much. Dr. Kamal, do you have another question? But I think the time is...
I have a lot of questions, but Dr. Shahida needs to prepare for iftar. So we will have another program, Prof.
I think we have to make a second program with Dr. Shahida because the topic is very interesting.
Inshallah.
Maybe practical part of product development. Today we highlighted the theoretical part. So it would be really interesting to hear from you the practical side of product development in Malaysia. Prof?
Okay. Inshallah, in the future, after Raya. Mubarak.
Of course. Of course.
Inshallah. Nihal, you want to say something before closing?
I want to ask a question, but because of the time, you couldn't ask a question. Inshallah, next time you will ask.
Allah, shukran, tashakur ederim.
Inshallah.
So nice to see you again, Dr. Shahida. Thank you for contributions.
Thank you, Sister Nihal. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. We are very lucky and we are very excited to be together with you because of one of our friends and one of our hojam, one of our lecturer from here. Thank you very much. And it was very interesting topic. Before the Eid al-Fitr, it's still important. In Ramadan, we make the 2 programs, one of the best program. Thank you very much, Dr. Shahid, accepting our invitation. And I want to say Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak, also Eid al-Fitr Mubarak, Kullu Aam wa Antum bi Khair, inshallah. Also Laylatul Qadr Mubarak, inshallah. Because in the verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr. Inshallah ta'ala for us. Inshallah ta'ala for Ummah. Inshallah, Kullu Aam wa Antum bi Khair for all Ummah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we are closing our program. Thank you very much for your contributions. Inshallah, next program we have to meet together with all our participants. Have a nice day. Have a nice iftar.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.